Kyle, can you move these two things, please?
Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
I guess it does kind of.
Either way, it's distracting and dirty.
Outtakes.
Oh, man. Take it out.
Oh.
Get it. What are you doing?
Was that,
It's fine, babe. Everything's good.
What happened?
It's totally fine.
didn't want this on the edge.
It's fine. It's good. We're
Can't
good.
wait to do this show. It's such a good show.
Didn't move very far.
I don't even know what happened. I just got scared when I heard a sound.
Oh, no,
It's
everything's
fine. Everything's
All right.
great.
I just
That's
missed
pretty
the
good.
last thing. Okay. And we're breathing. We're gonna do some ASMR.
Hey, babe.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm wearing my Vibin' and Thrivin' sweater.
Vibin' and thrivin'.
So you can imagine that's what's up.
Yeah. I can totally. Are you going to tell me it's been a tough week? Are you going to tell me it's been a lot?
I would never.
That's not how you're going to start this week's shenanigans?
I love that word. Shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what it's from. I love that word too. It's the name of the restaurant in Waiting.
Oh, right.
The Bennigan's parody.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing, babe?
I'm good, I'm cruising through. I feel a little overwhelmed today. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have like a single you wouldn't be overwhelmed by a single thing, I guess. You could be. But my point is it's not like I can point to it and be like it's these things. I just have an overwhelming sense of overwhelminghood. Something like that.
I mean, I can relate for sure.
Yeah.
I will say this past week, I got like a big presentation out of the way
Right.
for school. And so other than my final, I feel like I'm so close to the finish line. And then our wedding is like right after that. So
Yep.
I'm just trying to get through it,
You know what made me feel great, honey, is we had our what they officially call our final planning meeting
Yes.
today
Right.
with our wedding coordinator, our wedding planner, our J-Lo. Our J-Lo's name is
J-Lo.
Natalie. And
She's lovely.
she's lovely. Natalie is lovely. And we had our final, like, hey, we went through the schedule hour by hour, minute by minute
Yes.
of what is going to happen. We went through the ceremony. Who's going to walk when? Who's going to hold whose hand? They have acronyms that we learned.
Yeah. Right.
Because my mom is the Mog.
Mm-hmm.
She's the mother of the groom.
Right.
And then your dad is the fob. Not because he's fresh off the boat.
Because he's father of the bride.
Right. We addressed that in the meeting.
Right.
I'm going to clear that up.
And your grandma.
She's the Gog. Grandma of the groom. So,
Right.
yeah, it was fun. We have a few remaining TBDs, but mostly pretty exciting stuff. I think it's going to be really fun.
It's going to be so fun. And it's just going to be so great to see all of our favorite people in the same space.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people that I'm excited to see that I just haven't seen in a really
Right.
long time at all.
Yeah.
And so to see them for the first time at the wedding will be fun. And to get to do something that is memorable and personal and romantic and super fun with somebody. Sometimes like I'll go to an alumni event for school and I'll see people and I'll be like, man, this is fun, cocktails or whatever. But I wish we had maybe a different environment, Like
I
wish.
can relate. My high school reunion was terrible.
Let's talk about that. I didn't think that would be on the list. I want to finish this
Sure.
like little planning conversation, but let's talk about comparing our reunions because we had such different experiences. Man, neither were great. They're usually not the
Right.
reunions. I've never heard anyone be like, "Oh man, yeah, my high school reunion,
Yeah,
it
let's
was like
talk
the
about
greatest
it."
party I've ever been to." But we finished the planning meeting.
Right.
And I actually felt way better. Didn't you feel better?
Mm-hmm.
Getting all that detail kind of colored in. And
Yes.
we also realized we had a certain amount of money budgeted and we were really pushing the limit. But we were pushing the limit with 150 guests, which was
Right.
our maximum for the venue. We
Right.
couldn't have more than that. We're going to have way fewer people than that. By the nature of having a destination wedding, it's not a lot of people are not going to be able to come. We didn't
Sure.
even invite 150 people. I think we
Yeah.
invited like 115, something like that.
Uh,
Like total like invites sent out to people.
No, I think we did hit 150
Did
at
we?
one point. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there were a lot of really early ones that we didn't even like put into our official list because they just told us like straight up,
Yeah.
like, oh, what is, oh no, I
Sure.
can't do that. Anyway, my point is we found out it's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be way fewer people than we thought.
Yeah.
Not none. It's still going to be a shitload of people. It's going to be super fun. But less, and therefore we have less concern about maxing out the budget. And so we think maybe we're going to put some of that back into the wedding and make it even cooler for the people who could make it.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
if you couldn't make it and you're watching this, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it, but it's going to get even cooler because you couldn't come. So you could feel good about that.
That's one way of putting it, babe.
You know what I
That's
mean?
awesome.
Like you could feel good about that. Or you could feel bad about that. And that says a lot about fucking you know? Like if you feel good about your contribution to the wedding, like, hey, I bowed out and they got an
Yeah.
ice cream truck, that's pretty cool. You're welcome for the truck. Is how you should look at it. If you're like, ah, man, I don't get the ice cream. See, it's not about you. It's not your wedding. Have your wedding. Get your own ice cream truck. Why are you always making this about you? I know who you are. I'm talking to you. You know who you are, okay? I'm not talking to anybody specifically, but everybody's going to be like, is it
I
me?
love it. Babe,
Yeah.
should we start the show?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Do you think Kyle has the theme song queued up?
I absolutely
Kyle's
do.
totally ready. All right, let's start the show in 3, 2.
Anyway.
We're going to... 3, 2, y...
Where is it again? I don't want to go digging around in your files. Just tell me where it is.
Dig around, Uncle Kyle. Dig around. Didgeridoo.
You don't even know like what it's called? You can search for it?
Oh, I didn't think I could do that.
Vibing and thriving. Vibing and thriving. Vibing and thriving. Vibing and thriving. I'm excited now.
Fuck that. Suck that. Fuck that. Suck that. Fucking nuts. Come on, we have fun. It says it
Should
right
we
in
talk
the
about
thing.
our reunion stories, babe?
Yeah, sure. Do you want me to go first? Because mine was first.
Yeah.
Mine happened right before we met.
Yeah.
So I went to 3 high schools.
Right.
And the first one that I went to came from the middle school that I went to. So like it bled, you know what I mean? Like the people that I went to
Yeah,
my first
yeah.
high school, I went to middle school with them and some of them elementary school. So I did kind of grow up with those people. Even though I moved around a lot, I did have a chunk where I was kind of in the same area, which was like North Austin, Round Rock.
Got it.
So when it came time for like a reunion season, I was like, which of my 3 high schools am I going to go to? One of them I couldn't go to. I was living here, so it was like, which ones am I going to travel for? 2 of them are in Texas. One's in New York. I wasn't in New York long enough to feel like that was the reunion I was going to go to. The one I actually graduated from was also in Texas, and it was near Austin. I thought about it, but then it's like, man, you know what's crazy? Because the school that I am talking about, the first one that I went to, McNeil High School, which was the reunion I did go to that we're about to talk about, that because of the way that district works, the middle schools kind of like mix around and then they feed into different high schools.
Sure.
It gets a little complicated. You cross
Ours
over.
was kind of the same.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, this one, because of if you live in this neighborhood,
Right,
it
yeah.
splits. Pflugerville High School, the one that I went to that I graduated from, my 3rd high school, was not like that. It was like Pflugerville Elementary School, Pflugerville Middle School, Pflugerville High School. And they later had a few others, but man, it's like everybody knew fucking everybody from the jump. Like they had these 12-year plus relationships with people. Not everybody, but a lot of them. And so I didn't connect with that. They had a fucking one that was small. I think I don't even remember. I didn't go. And it turned out a bunch of the people that I did like didn't go also. So no loss really.
Yeah.
Missed a couple cool people. That was it. Then the one for McNeil High School came around and I was like, shit, I'm gonna fucking go. I like that. I liked a lot of those people. But I was really hoping, I was like, man, I'm hoping that the people I like are gonna go. One of my buddies I went to school there with who happened to be living in the area, Matt, and I went together. And man, yeah, it was in this restaurant. It was literally like of the 8 cliques of high school, of which I was in number 7. It was like cliques 1, 2, and 4 kind of all showed up, and they were psyched to see each other. And nobody else showed up, like, from the outskirts of the class, because I think they all felt like, fuck high school. I don't like that place. And I was kind of like that, but I still was like, hey, it'd be cool to see those other people who were
Sure.
like, fuck high school.
Yeah.
But I should have guessed they didn't go to this. Why would they go? They didn't like high school.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was hoping they would. So I went to this, and I was also hoping that because I had gone off to Hollywood to become a TV producer, and I used to be fat, and now I wasn't, that I would be able to hook up with somebody who was hot then and
Sure.
still hot now. And now that I had joined the hot people, I would get to cash in on that. That didn't work out either. So,
But you've had an experience like that, right?
yeah. The hookup didn't go as far as I hoped it would, but there was something. Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
I got to make out with a hot girl from high school, like
That's
years
fun.
later when I was not
Yeah.
as unattractive. Yeah, so I got the return.
The return.
I got the return, you know? I get the sequel.
Yeah, no, I don't even mean like specifically the reunion. I just mean a girl you thought that was cute in high school, and then years later you got to like hook up with them or date them.
Yeah, for sure. You got to do that too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's the best thing. Uncle Kyle, have you ever gotten to do that? Did you ever like get to go back and bang the sweetness?
No, I left my hometown like 2 years maybe after graduating.
Okay.
And most of the friends that I had by the end of high school were like out of high school. They were
Right.
older people. So no.
Is there anybody
I
left,
never needed
teacher, student, someone that if, you got a DM and you were like, yo, next time you're in Idaho,
Dude,
slide
was
into ho.
either my sophomore or junior year, I don't remember, but my math teacher I had the biggest crush on.
Ooh.
What's she look like now?
I don't know. She's off of social media. I haven't seen her.
Aw, drag. Wow.
Aw.
Man, I mean, I guess good luck. I'm not really sure what else to say about that, but
I will say it's a pretty crazy experience.
it can go super not good. I've
Sure.
heard stories of other people telling me about it going super not good. I mean,
Mine was a little complicated because it was my good
a little
friend's older
incestual,
brother.
yeah. Party candy.
No regrets though. I was like,
No.
I don't know,
No regrets.
22 or whatever, 23.
That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty
He doesn't
baller.
talk to me anymore, but that's a different story.
Hey, we didn't smash him so we could talk to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? We talk to each other. That's what this show's about. Yeah, so that was basically my reunion. I hung out. I went from person to person, them being like, "So what do you do?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I make TV shows." And they're like, "That's so cool." And I was like, "Yeah.
Crickets.
Yeah, that was the end of the conversation." And then they weren't like, "Do you want to go to the bathroom?" Like nothing.
Oh my
Nothing.
god.
It was like they didn't know their lines. I was like, "I'm a big deal." And they were
Oh
like,
my goodness.
"Okay, cool." End of conversation. One of them said to me, "I like Ronald Reagan." I'm like, "What am I doing here?" Like, what is this?
I will say I met you shortly after you went to your reunion,
Yeah.
and I didn't believe you because you were like, I just came back from my high school reunion, but you looked so young.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You still look young, but you were 28 at the time. I was 24, and I was like, you don't look like you're 28, but you get that.
Yeah, I do. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, no, it used to bother me. And it should have, and
Yeah.
it doesn't, and it shouldn't. Because there was a time when looking young really fucked me. Because I looked super young. Because like even throughout my 20s, when I was in that time
Yeah.
in your life when no one has any fucking respect for you at all, I looked even younger than that.
Sure.
And so people are like, "There's no way this kid knows fucking anything. He looks like a fucking child." And so I'm just now still, I look like I'm not in my 30s. And so it's like I have a job with like authority where I
Yeah.
show up and I'm the
Right.
most senior crew member on set. So says my safety meeting I have to read. And it's like I still look like a child if I just shave my face. People are like, "No way, you're not 24, 25?" I'm like,
I will
"No."
say at my internship, people thought I was 17.
You get it too.
Yeah, and I was like, no.
But you get the Asian thing. And that's a typical
Sure.
thing with the whole, was it Asian don't raisin? Who did I hear say that? I can't remember who the first person I said. Genie Mai, maybe? But anyway, that's like a typical thing.
Yeah,
I'm supposed to age terribly.
right.
Those are the rules.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you don't know?
I don't know.
You don't know
I
nothing?
take my Paul Rudd vitamins. That's what I tell people. That's my
Yeah.
joke.
I think it's true.
Well, they're gummies. But they... No, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That's super cool, though.
Yeah, no, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I do think I'm really hoping that it's just one of those kind of like reverse peaking things.
Sure.
You know, some people
like you're going to be
just-
like super hot in your 40s.
I'm hoping. I'm working on it. I'm in better
love
shape
it.
in my 30s than I was definitely before my 20s, and then definitely better than the first half of my 20s for sure.
It's awesome,
So
babe.
yeah, we'll see.
Keep
And
it
you're
up.
you're in great shape too.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not just giving you a compliment. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
we're both like, I think, doing better and making better versions of ourselves than when we were younger. And I feel like a lot of people, and I don't know how much of it is genetic and how much of it is situational. There's probably some
Sure.
of both. But I think it's interesting when other people have the opposite situation, where it's just like, smoking hot 19-year-old, everything makes sense and is working out. And then it's like when they're 35, they're like, and what the fuck am I doing? And what, And we're kind of the opposite, where it's like when we were 19, 20, we were on a path to like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what a mess. And, maybe not taking the best care of ourselves. But now it's totally the inverse, where it's like we're taking really good mental and physical care of ourselves in comparison. And I don't know, maybe it's just paying off. Maybe that's the way to go. And smoke weed. Stop drinking. Stop drinking so fucking much. It really does. It ages you. Mm-hmm. I used to smoke cigarettes and I used to drink a little more, but not really. I've never really been a big drinker, but if you're smoking cigarettes and you can quit, I definitely recommend it. I also really get why you do it. But if you can quit, you totally should as soon as you can. You already know that, so I don't know why I wasted my time. But if you're drinking and you think it's cooler than it is, it's not fucking that cool. And it's really, I do think, something that can age you very quickly. I think there's some people who are genetically more resistant to it. Mm-hmm. But man, I know some of my friends that are heavy drinkers, and I look at them when they were younger, and I'm like, man, wow, you really put on 20 years and 5,
Yeah. I mean, I will say I drink 0 alcohol.
Yeah.
So.
You drink 0 alcohol. I don't have very much. And we smoke weed every day, and neither of us have gotten COVID.
Hell yeah.
So let that be a lesson to you. Maybe chill out on some shit and focus on some other shit. That's all I'm saying. How was your reunion?
It was terrible. It was, well, to be fair, I knew the people that I'm still in touch with and would want to see weren't going to be there already. Right. So going into it, I was like, I don't know what to expect, but I haven't seen some of these people in 10 years. I'm sure it'll be entertaining, if anything else. But man, as soon as we, because you came with me, and as soon as we got out of the car and we were in line, I was like, I do not want to be here. So we had to like get in line because it was super lame. It was in Venice Beach, just like
which made no sense to me because you went to high school in Calabasas.
Right.
Like, we went to a bar a block away from the high school.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
I had never been to the bar. And let me bring this up at this point because we've now addressed the location of both. I don't know if I've seen too many fucking movies. I guess that's what it is. Aren't you supposed to get to have the reunion in the high school? Like in the gym, a dance. Like that's the whole point. Like you do it like it's a dance. Like I don't know. One of my favorite movies of all time that has a high school reunion in it is Grosse Point Blank, which I don't think we've watched together. But it's have you seen that, Kyle? John Cusack, he's an assassin, and he goes back to his high school reunion.
Yeah, I know I've seen it, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about it. Like I was young when I saw it.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and I don't know. It's not the only movie where this is the case, but in that movie, they have a bunch of tables set up in the gym. And it's like they have streamers, and it's like you would throw like the fall dance. It looks like that. And they play music, and there's food, and everybody hangs out like it's like that.
Was your prom at your school?
I went to 2 proms. Yeah. Wait, no.
It was somewhere bougie, right?
Shit. One of them was definitely at a hotel. Was the other one at? I think they were both at hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were both at hotels. Which is legit because prom is the fanciest dance of the year, but we still had dances at the school. And that is where I think it would have been cool because you should also be able to responsibly as an adult, not do anything stupid, walk around the high school, look at shit, you know, the trophy case. Yeah, like where are those moments?
Right.
We're supposed to go to some bar down the street that I wasn't allowed to go to when I was in high school. Does that have anything to do with that?
And our space was like an event space that was super dark, blasting music. As soon as you walk in, there's the bar. There was just no opportunity to catch up with people you haven't talked to in 10 years because it was like so loud and so dark.
Yeah.
It was not the environment for that.
And that's the thing that sucked about yours was that they didn't even set it up like a dance. They set it up like a club.
Yeah. That was super disappointing.
It felt like a club. It felt like, you know, you were just like, hey, it's been 10 years. What's up? Like you're screaming at people trying to be like, was it chemistry? You know, you're like trying to like, it was, babe, it was so awkward. And I did not blame you at all. And it really did, I will say, it really did feel like how I felt. I was just not quite as uncomfortable as you were, but the turnout ratio of like people I wanted to see versus a bunch of fucking people I'm not interested in, a few people that you're like, yeah. If it were a different environment and it weren't so loud in here, I might sit down with you and be like, what have you been up to?
Yeah.
But largely, yours was because of the music and because of the way they set it all up. It was not welcoming. At least mine was in a bar. There were tables. You could sit down and talk to people. We kind of had it rented out, so we had the space.
Yeah.
Far more homey. I just, like you, looked at everybody who did show up and was like, these are not my people. I also left when I was a sophomore. So I never got junior, senior year with these people. And I feel like you and I both kind of had the like, okay. And honestly, it's one of those things like reunions are like a lot of other things. They're like voting. They're like, if more people would participate, they would be great. But the coolest people and the best people don't participate. And so you end up with a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Because the only people who actually went out and voted or went out to the reunion or answered the survey, it's those people. And those are the only people they asked.
And also I was excited once I, RSVP'd yes. And then as it got closer and closer, I also knew I have class. I did have class.
You do have class.
Before the reunion.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like...
You had class before, during, and after the reunion, honey. You always have class.
Having fun over there?
I mean, usually.
Because we have fun.
We do have fun, and we had fun this week watching an animated film.
Yes.
I'm almost never in the... I like Pixar movies. I like DreamWorks films. I like animated movies, and I like kids stuff. But it's weird. It's like I'm never in the mood for it. I like it, and then I watch it, and I'm like, this is fine. But even sometimes I get to the end, and I'm like, I wasn't in the mood for this. It's weird. I don't know. And I don't know. Maybe it's probably because I don't have kids. But I just I'm like, I want to watch something raunchier. I want to watch something a little more adult.
Love it, though.
I know you do. And so you were like, you very specifically were like, I want to watch this movie.
Yes.
And we're going to make time to watch it. And so we scheduled a time to watch it to make sure that I mood or nay participated. And I had a great time. And what was the movie, honey?
Turning Red. It's super cute.
You want to tell everybody this film, this Pixar, it was a Pixar, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a Pixar film about a Chinese girl in middle school, and she's having some feelings. She's having a lot of emotions.
She lives in Toronto.
Yes. Originally, I thought it was San Francisco because I saw the little trolleys, but I guess they have that in Toronto, which I didn't know.
But the bitch said grade 8.
Yes, that's how you caught it, babe. Good job.
They don't say 8th grade. They say grade 8.
But yeah, the premise is she's getting all these emotions for the first time. She doesn't know what to do with it. But once she feels a strong emotion, she turns into a red panda.
Literally. And here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people realize what a red panda is. Like,
No?
if a lot of people probably don't, like, if you hear red panda, like, you have an immediate
so cute.
visual image because they're very much not panda shaped.
They're more like fox-like.
They're like a foxy raccoon type of
Trash panda.
yeah. They're like little trashy pandas.
They're so cute. I've seen them at multiple zoos, and
They're much smaller
they're
than a panda.
so cute. Yeah.
What do they call those? A regular panda, a great panda, there's a name for that. Will you look that up, Kyle? What do you call regular fucking pandas? They have a full name. So it's like red pandas and then like great pandas, I think. I don't know if it's great. But anyway, this movie is a very on the nose, transparent metaphor for the beginning of menstruation for girls. It's like it's literally called turning red.
Right. And I will say, babe, and I told you this very early on when the movie started.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much of my 12-year-old cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
like,
right.
Scary crazy.
Yeah, they're very, very similar personalities, especially the beginning when she's doing the like 2-camera, like, hey, this is who I am. And you're like, yeah, that's her. Because
like
she's
super
got that
confident.
attitude and quirky and very cute.
But weird.
And I enjoyed this period movie. It was a period piece, this piece. And I enjoyed it. I really did because... first of all, and this is not to get any points with anybody because we're already getting married, so I don't need to impress you. But we've talked about this. I've talked to this about almost all the women I've ever dated. I've never, ever gotten... This is another one of those things that makes me like a weird person and definitely a weird guy. I have never gotten being weird about the period thing. Like as a boy, even when I was a little kid, there was no time for me when I was like, ew, what?
That's so awesome.
I think it's natural for a boy to feel that way, honestly, at first, because it's different than you.
Sure.
You're bleeding. We don't do that.
Right.
It's legit to be like, whoa, what? That's weird. But because I had a sister who was 10 years older than me,
Sure.
it lined up to where it was like, and I have my mom and like, I just never, they were like, this is what girls do. And I was like, all right, like this is different. I got my own weird stuff. So, whatever. I'm not gonna be critical. Yeah. So I've never ever in my life had an issue with that or been weirded out by it. And I certainly don't think it's weird to see, that stuff illustrated. And I've always thought that it was under illustrated. There's like, how many famous pieces of art or media do we point to and go, oh, there's really like a good, like solid, either entertaining, not too after school especially. There's the Judy Blume book, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That's like one of the famous ones. It's very much about that. I'm trying to think of what, Big Mouth.
Sure.
That show is like definitely about that shit. And that's new. So I love to see it is my point. And especially from Disney.
Yeah.
Pixar is doing a like, and let's not dick around and pretend that's not what it is. That's what it is. It's called Turning Red. My God. She can, when her 12-year-old emotions come out, she turns red. Hilarious.
Well, and they actually talk about it in the beginning before she finds out
Yeah.
It's like a panda thing. Like the mom thinks that it is that.
Yeah, she gets pads out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I will say Sandra Oh's the mom.
Crushes.
She's so
She
great,
crushes.
but she is a lot.
Yeah, no, she scared the shit out of me.
I'm so all I'm going to say is I'm so glad my mom is nothing like her.
You do not have that Asian mom.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
But did you see people other than your cousin represented in the movie where you were like, yeah, that family member feels like mine?
Sure.
We don't have to be specific, you
But
know.
you know who it is.
No, I'm not saying.
Keep the mystery alive.
That's more fun.
Yeah. Because we have fun.
That's right. So, no, I love the movie. I will say that I thought it also, so it's basically, it is a period version, a menstruation's take on, what the fuck is that? Metamorphosis? Metamorphosis is the short story where
Coming of age?
where they wake up in their bedroom and they're turning into a monster.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's totally that. The Metamorphosis. And it's basically that stretched out into a Pixar movie.
I was saying it's a pretty similar
Kafka.
comparison to the movie Brave,
Yeah.
which is also Pixar. Instead of red pandas, they're bears. So it's like pretty similar.
Yeah. It's Franz Kafka. I mean, it takes on it because this is different. This is more about self-critique. It's not about a coming of age thing, but to
Okay.
make it literal, because it is a story from 1915. The story of a salesman who wakes one morning to find himself inexplicably transformed into a huge insect and struggles to
Whoa.
adjust to his new condition.
You've read this?
I've had to read like adaptations of it. It's written in
Oh.
German, so no, I've never read it. But but I've studied the story and it's been adapted into plays and literal versions and stuff like that.
Okay.
But he's literally a monster when he wakes up and he doesn't know why. And so I think that the reason it made me think of that is because they take this thing and she doesn't turn into a little girl in a panda suit.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't turn into a metaphorical panda. She's not a ghost she turns into a big fluffy panda for real instantly in like a puff of smoke.
Yeah.
And has to deal with the fact that she's physically big. Like she runs around and she's knocking shit over.
Yeah, and she's at school.
Yeah.
Like in public spaces and starts turning into a red panda.
So I think that this is the last thing that I think, unless you have something else that I think is interesting about this that I want to point out.
Sure.
Each Pixar movie that I've seen is the really good ones. They find like a particular emotion and they press it like extra hard. They like find a way to like push it to the extreme. Like Toy Story is growing up, right?
Yeah.
The concept of growing up, the feelings, everything associated with that, you're just like, and it kills me. And then every time they make another one, you're like, yeah, you thought he grew up? Boom. More tears. Now he's grown up.
Now he's really grown up.
Next time we're really going to grow up as this motherfucker. And then we're going to make him have kids. They're going to grow up. You don't even know. So it's like they just keep
Never
pushing
ending.
it.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a Pixar movie that did that with embarrassment, shame, in the way that this movie did.
Sure.
I was crawling up the headboard of the bed when we were watching this at a couple moments. Like, like just like feeling the embarrassment
Sure.
of the situations that
Yeah,
these parents
but
put this kid through.
I will say it depicted so well Asian culture in America of how, well, I guess it's in Canada, but you get it.
Yeah, North American Asian culture.
Yeah, where I didn't know this for the longest time, but I grew up in an environment where I suppressed my emotions.
Right.
And I just thought that was normal. I had no idea that I was doing that.
Yeah.
Really until my early 20s, which is crazy to think now at 29. Like, holy shit. But I will say a huge cultural thing is to honor your mother and father.
They start the whole movie with that.
Right.
The entire film starts on honor mother and father. That's like built into being Chinese, and it's also obviously built into being Korean.
Yeah. So there were moments where I can definitely relate to the girl.
It is brutal. The things that she goes through.
Oh my God. Yes.
Like embarrassment wise. And I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, she turns into a panda. Sorry, it's in the trailer. But like
a really cute red panda.
I mean, like, you know, the whole like your mom drops you off in front of school, and then she like you get out, and then you forget something, so she runs up and like gives it to you and like gives you a big kiss on the face, and you're embarrassed, right? That's like a fucking 2 out of 10 for the shit that happens to this girl. Like the things that her family does that she has to like, and you're right, because in the majority of a lot of white culture, the next line from the white kid is, "Get out of here, mom! God, you're so embarrassing. Get out!" And then the mom goes, "Okay," and leaves, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And that is not how the moment gets played by this family.
No.
She has to side with the mom and go, "Thank you, mom, for giving me the fucking thing I left, and the kiss was so good, and I love you, and oh my God, this is great." Until the mom leaves, and then she's like, "I'm so sorry, guys, my mom."
And then turns into a panda.
Yeah, and then turns into a panda. And obviously, that's not what happens, but it's stuff like that in the movie.
I mean,
that it's just like, and it is hard to see her deal with it and then cover it up. And as a person who didn't grow up that way, and don't get me wrong, white people do that in the South. I'm just not. I wasn't raised in that family, especially white women in the South. That's why they all talk like this. It's all up here because it's all full of shit. It is. They're covering up, and I haven't felt anything real in 30 years, and it's fine. But so it exists. I just didn't. That's just not the people I grew up with.
Yeah. I mean, I will say. I literally just forgot my train of thought.
Distracted you? She'll do that. She'll do that.
Oh, yes, I remember. For me personally, it's about Asian representation.
Right.
Like, it's really important to me that I watch these movies and spread the word if, I think it's great. And yeah, go watch Turning Red. It's super fun. It's short. It's funny.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It takes you on a journey for sure, but we enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really strong acting across the board. I think that doesn't always come across in animated films, but the acting is super strong. And you're right, the representation. This is a thing that I think, to put a button on that as the mainstream white consumer of when people say representation matters, and I'm the guy who allegedly has to like buy that movie ticket and agree with you.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that you're going to be my wife, I agree with you, and representation matters to everybody. And people like me should give a shit about that. And it's because the way that the representation occurs in this movie is good. It's not just arbitrary. They didn't just make an Asian movie where like they happen to be Korean or they happen to be Chinese. They aren't just examining, oh, we celebrate Chinese New Year and let's make a movie about the history of Chinese New Year. Can we make that movie? Sure. Is that super relevant to Chinese Americans today? Less so, maybe, than a movie about how the historical culture of these people is affecting the children living in Canada or America today. And how does that conflict with the Western culture that they're growing up in? The issues that you dealt with growing up, saying, I want to honor being Korean. I want to honor my mother and father. I want to honor the rules of us.
Yeah.
I'm also fucking American. I was
Right.
born in America, and I have to also honor that. I have to
Yeah.
be Korean American
Right.
or
I battle with that all
Chinese
the time.
Canadian. It's gotta be. It's something I can't even imagine. But that shit, that's a movie they should fucking make. And they made that movie, and it's called Turning Red, and you should watch it.
Also, regular pandas are called giant pandas.
That's what it is. Not great. I knew it was something.
Giant panda.
They're very big. That makes sense. I don't understand that. They don't look like pandas. And why do pandas, giant pandas, why did they get to be pandas? No one calls them giant pandas. We had to look it up.
Right.
Why did they earn
I like
the
baby
title?
pandas.
Baby giant pandas?
I would love to hold a baby panda. That's on my list.
That's on your bucket list. Okay, so here's a question.
Yeah.
You can hold one baby giant panda for 30 seconds,
Okay.
or you can hold 2 adult koalas for 1 minute.
Baby panda.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've loved pandas longer than koalas.
Wow, but it's a minute and it's 2 of them.
I know. That's to show you how much I love pandas.
Okay, what if I shorten...
I have a panda tattoo, babe, okay?
What if I... That's true. What if I shorten the giant panda baby time to 5 seconds?
That's just really mean.
Yeah, but it's my game. So 5 seconds with the baby panda,
And I get a photo.
and you get a photo with the koalas. You do not get a photo with the panda. No photo.
Why do you hate me?
I will give you 5. I'll give you 6 Mississippi.
For the panda,
Yeah,
but no photo.
no photo.
Or 2 koalas for a minute and I get a photo.
Yeah.
I'd still have to pick the panda.
How much money would I have to give you on top of the koala deal?
Babe, I think we're done. I think we're good.
All right, I'm going to have to call my koala guy.
I don't think he has the qualifications. And cut.
I enjoy that. Good, babe.
I'm great, you know. I'm vibing and thriving. Hey, Sean, what's up? Sean, what's up?
Shout out to Shop by Alex. Go get her stuff. These sweatpants are from her too.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
So we rearranged our set a little bit.
Yes.
We didn't take the TV down.
We did not.
It's still up. We're just in a different part of the apartment.
Right.
We went to our downstairs den. So the other one was in our upstairs loft studio.
Right.
And this is down in the den.
Down in the den.
Down in the den, our friend's den.
I love it.
So you guys are getting it live from the friend den.
It's so great. I love the change. I like change.
Yeah, it's good to switch it up.
Yeah, we both like that. So
Absolutely.
definitely compatible.
Yeah, this
that.
is our mostly friends themed set.
Mm-hmm.
We have our cookbook. We've got our Central Perk Lego set. We actually have the apartments too.
Right.
We did those. They're in the other room.
Yeah, maybe we can display it
Yeah,
at some
we'll
point.
figure it out. And then we have this lovely chest that was actually custom made for me years ago by a dear friend. And still, it's seen some wear and a little bit of tear, but it is in shape enough to be on our set.
And we have Friends Trivia.
We do have Friends Trivia. It's right up here. We may do that at some point if we have a guest that
That'd be
claims
fun.
they know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, and Uncle Kyle gave us that as a gift.
That's true. Absolutely. We've been through almost all of it.
Yeah.
And
there's some really difficult ones.
there's some deep shit in there that was like,
I'm not
What?
going to lie. One of the questions fucked me up. I'm never going to forget
and now
it.
you'll know it for the rest of your life because of it.
But I could not believe I didn't know the answer.
Yeah, those are the best ones. Those are the ones that you're like, I should know that. And then you can't believe you don't know it. I would love to get Kyle, if you're looking for a gift, if they make this for the office, please get it for us. And then if anybody comes on the show, we're happy to play Trivia Master because that would be super fun.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I wonder if they have one for like The Office or Parks and Rec.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
That would be tremendous.
Office would definitely be a challenge for me, but I think Parks and Rec I would be better at.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. We have our little trivia bags. Trivia is so fun. It's a little esoteric, but the people who like it love it. So yeah, as people come on, we'll do that. We were supposed to have guests last weekend. We're supposed to have guests this weekend. Last weekend we didn't do the podcast at all because we had so many different things going on, and man, did we have a crazy week last week. So we
sure did. We needed to decompress.
Yeah, so we took last weekend off, and we told our guests, we're gonna reschedule. And then we're supposed to have somebody today, and our wedding planning meeting conflicted, and so we had to reschedule her too.
Right.
But we didn't want to leave you without a chat this week, so of course we wanted to show you the new set, and I think Kyle has a game for us for real this time.
Yay.
That we're gonna do. And all these people are still gonna come on the show. We are getting like requests.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Quite a few.
I love it.
We have a number of high-profile guests that have reached out to us that really want to do the show. We have to, check contracts and NDAs and talk to agents. And
I will say it was such a blast.
the private
shooting
jet
with
money
Morgan.
out of the portfolio. But
Yeah.
yeah, Morgan was great.
So
Loved
fun
Morgan.
watching those videos with her. I will say, I know at some points it looked like I wasn't paying attention. It's not true. I was
Right.
listening to everything she was saying.
Of course.
I was just a little distracted by our animals.
Right.
But you can't see it. So it looks like I'm really not interested.
Yeah, my mom was like, I'm glad Candace finally came around and paid attention.
Oh my goodness. I know. I'm
She
working
hates
on
it.
it. I'm
She hates
new.
it.
We're
No,
new.
we're new. We are. We're new, and you're new, and it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't even trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good,
It's in the
babe.
bag. I'll go back and put text over you. This is like not disinterested.
Not.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. I'm into it.
She isn't not disinterested.
Oh, that hurts my brain.
Yeah. Kyle, you got a game? We're gonna play a game.
Yeah, we can play a game. What did you mean by for real this time?
What do you mean?
You said Kyle has a game for us for real.
Yeah.
What? what game did I have that wasn't for real?
What?
Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay. Do you not really have a game?
No, I do, but what game did I not have before?
How am I supposed to know a game you didn't have?
Why did you say he has a game for real? That implies that the last time I had a game, it wasn't a real game.
Man, you lost me, bro.
Because it was a little messy with the smash or pass.
Anyway, the game is called Drunk or a Kid.
We're getting drunk with kids? Kyle, what are these games?
Explain
Smash or
yourself.
pass the high school children. Getting drunk with kids. Okay, explain drunk with kids.
Not drunk with kids. It's called Drunk or a Kid.
Okay. What?
So I'm gonna read you some statements of things that like are kind of odd that someone did,
Okay.
and it's very simple. You just tell me whether or not you think that the person writing this was drunk when they did it, or if they were a kid.
Okay. That's fun.
I thought you were going to ask me if I want to get drunk or have a kid. And I was like, how is that a conversation?
Usually
Yikes.
usually one leads to the other.
All right, let's do it. Are we going like one after the other or
Yeah, do you want to say...
Should we keep
Alternate?
score?
Nah, I don't think... Well, let's just both answer, and then
Yeah.
you can tell us if we're right.
Okay.
Great.
One at a time.
Great.
All right, first one. This user writes, I cried myself to sleep behind the couch because I wanted waffles, but I couldn't have any.
That's got to be a kid. That's got to be a kid.
That could very much be a drunk person. I could think of someone in my life who would say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
man. This is tough. I'm going to say drunk.
One more time the line, Kyle.
I cried myself to sleep behind the couch because I wanted waffles, but I couldn't have any.
I love hearing Uncle Kyle say it.
myself to sleep. Not just cried. I cried so hard I fell asleep.
Babe, what's your guess?
I'm going to stick with the kid. That's terrible. Don't do that anymore.
Work.
Don't we have a drum roll built into that
Fuck,
sound
we
machine?
do. Okay.
I spend all this money and he bangs on my desk.
What is it?
Drunk.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. I'm fucking
That's
crying,
sad. That's really
There
sad.
are
cried
stories
myself
that
to
go with these
sleep.
too, if you want more of an explanation.
Okay.
What's the explanation behind the Waffle Guy?
It says, he said, I was drunk. I was in my socks and underwear and craving waffles, so I wrapped a baby blanket around myself, claiming that I was dressed, and tried to walk to the store and get waffles. My girlfriend said I can't walk to the store drunk and half naked, so I followed my cat behind the recliner where it sleeps, sat there petting my cat until my girlfriend found me and said that she would make me pancakes. I thought it was bullshit that she saw pancakes as a suitable replacement, which brought me to tears up until I fell asleep with my cat.
That's amazing.
Hey, y'all wonder why you look old.
The context is
You be
so
drinking.
great.
Oh, my God.
All right, next one.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Took a bath and cooked pasta in the hot water as a mid-bath snack.
That's drunk.
Drunk.
Yeah. I don't think a child would think of that.
That was a kid. I used to do this semi-regularly by just dropping raw pasta in the bottom of the bath for 20 minutes until my mom pointed out I was A, cooking pasta in dirty bath water, and B, bathing in pasta water.
No. No.
I hate pasta so much more than I hated it before.
And he hates pasta. I love pasta.
Oh, Genie, get him. Genie, get him.
Next.
Ate a chocolate cupcake I wasn't supposed to and hid behind a chair. Mother called cops because I was missing.
Kid.
Kid.
Drunk.
What?
Wow, I've got everyone wrong.
I was very drunk and the cupcakes were for later on.
This is a British guy.
And I was so drunk I got scared I would be in trouble for eating it, so I hid behind a large chair in the corner and fell asleep. My mother called the cops because I was missing and really drunk, so she thought I would hurt myself.
Oh my gosh. Talk about a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
How old is
What's
this
that
drunk
helicopter that
child?
picks you up and takes you to the hospital because you're dying?
I think is there a name for it?
Yeah, Starlift, air. I can't remember what it's called.
Airlift?
I mean, the action is to airlift someone out, but I don't know.
There's a name. Every time I look something up insisting that it exists, I'm right. Okay, can you just trust me? Can I get fucking benefit of the doubt, please? There's a name for it. I don't know what it is. What's the next thing?
Okay, climbed up a building, got told to get off, jumped and broke both my ankles.
Child.
Kid.
Yeah. Yep. You guys got one.
I got
Thank you.
two.
I don't need
Excuse
the
me?
patronizing. Yeah, come on.
Excuse me?
Who's
I
this
got
going?
two, Uncle Kyle.
I'm sorry. Well, we didn't want to keep score, so I wasn't.
Hot sauce is the best.
Annie, is that you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Made my little brother sprinkle cheese on my back so the cat would walk around eating it and massage my back in the process.
Drunk. Say it one more time.
Kid.
So I made my little brother sprinkle cheese on my back so that the cat would walk around on their back, I'm assuming, eating it and massage my back in the process.
Yeah, I'm going to go with drunk. It's a misdirect.
The funniest thing about this is that it says, sorry, I got high and forgot I posted this. Because, like, the thing is you post the thing and then you post the answer underneath.
Got it.
Oh.
And they didn't post the answer at first, but it says, I was drunk. Pretty slammed. It was also last night.
Babe, good job.
Thank you.
Now we're tied.
Oh, so you are keeping track. Okay.
Yeah? It's trivia or what?
Trivia. This is not trivia. That's not how trivia works. You're not supposed to know this.
Okay.
Game, whatever. Competition, whatever.
This one's good. I ate a Power Ranger figure.
What?
Hold on. Because I felt sick and thought it would fight off the infection.
What the fuck?
That has got to be a kid.
That's drunk. That's drunk logic. I know that.
What?
That's drunk logic.
It's 100% drunk.
Yeah.
See, I don't know the feeling of being drunk.
That's fair.
So that sucks.
I like the idea. I love the idea. Forgot. He's like in his bedroom, like. Babe. Give me the Green Ranger.
It's got to be the green.
It's fucking Morphin time, babe. Come on.
What's the story, Kyle?
There isn't really a story to that one.
I just told you the story.
Yeah, that's pretty much
That's what
exactly what
happened.
happened.
Okay.
Stegosaurus. Oh, shit. What a nightmare. I swallowed a Power Ranger
Can I do
head?
this? Is this good?
You have to do that?
Whoa. Okay. Anyway, next.
Okay. I became hysterical at my little sister's christening in front of the entire church congregation at my parents' house. Rolled around on the floor and had to be put to bed.
Drunk.
Drunk.
Wow, you guys both immediately went for drunk.
This is a kid?
The answer is both.
This is a drunk kid?
They say I was 3 and my dad had given me a glass of champagne. Naturally, I downed it because it was fizzy and delicious. The rest is history.
Holy shit.
So I know I promised no drunk kids in this game, but I guess I was wrong.
let's end it there. You know,
Yeah, goodness, Kyle.
on a high
I
note.
didn't write this. I didn't give the kid the drink.
You still got to decide what you said. You know, like you could have,
Yeah.
you know. It's whatever.
You get out of here.
Yeah. Hey. This is a good episode, I think. I had fun. We have fun.
We have fun. We're new.
We've got a bunch of fun people coming up. I think we're going to film a bunch of episodes
Yeah.
pretty soon, and we're going to maybe double up on some weekends. The problem is, and just so everybody knows, one of the reasons why we have such a limited filming schedule is because our sweet and talented Uncle Kyle has such a rigorous work schedule during the week, goes deep into the night.
Right.
He starts working at 7 a.m. and he doesn't get off until 2 in the morning. He's an all day, all night, first shift,
All
second
day,
shift.
all night.
Yeah. And by the time he gets off work,
We're going to bed.
he's going back to work. So he doesn't have a lot of availability.
That's fun.
But
This
we're
is
gonna
all
shoot.
true.
We're gonna
This is
shoot it
all
on the
true.
weekend, and we'll catch up. We'll double book, and then we'll make sure that we don't have too many gaps going forward. Because obviously, we're gonna have the wedding the weekend before and of that. Probably not gonna get a lot of shooting and editing done. So we'll get ahead of ourselves here a little bit for you folks, and we'll get them shot and posted and stuff like that, and then you watch it then. It's going to be very good. And then we're going to make, hopefully, a very cool, fun little video montage of stuff from the wedding that we will share with
Yes.
everyone to show
Yeah.
them some photogs and videogs
And the gogs and,
and the
mogs
gogs and the mogs.
and the fob.
And the what? What was the
Fob.
last one? Yeah, and the fobs.
Don't forget the fob.
Don't forget. Don't forget. And don't forget the fobs. Don't forget Rob.
Love you, babe.
Love you. Wow.
Another great episode.
Yeah, it's in the bag. In the bank.
In the
You can
bag.
take that to the bank and then put it in a bag. Just get. Can you?
Vibing and thriving. Vibing and thriving. Vibing and thriving.
Vibing
and thriving. I'm excited now.
Thank you for watching this clip from We're New. Click
We're new.
here for other clips.